Lately, I've been looking at a lot of satellite images, and they're really cool looking. They're beautiful, frequently amazing colors, and that kind of thing. And and so, what can you tell from satellite, right? I mean, unless you're really zoomed in on it, it's just another picture of some of that strange terrain I keep talking about, and that's what we have here. Some very beautiful, colorful blue picture with all these white lines on it. These white lines come and go from different directions, and what the heck are they, right? Or there must be some kind of a excuse me, a mineral deposit or something, or something leaching up from the ground, and it gets carved by the wind and the weather. I guess there's no weather, it's just wind. And I'm just got really curious as to what this stuff is. This part that we're looking at now is a rounded part of the middle of the picture, and I tilted the picture the other way because really this is the way it needs to be oriented. It's a lot easier for us to look at and understand this way. But look at all those lines. And this is just some crazy alien stuff, isn't it? It's got to be alien because it's coming from an alien world. We can't understand what we're looking at because it's alien, right? The ground is alien too. Here's the end of that rounded area. And you can see rows of things coming down. Must be image artifacts, right? It can't be real. It can't be, what it looks like, or I'm not going to say what it looks like to me right now, anyway. I probably will later because I can't resist. But what are those rows of things coming down? I mean, what is this stuff? This is natural terrain or no? These are image artifacts. That's right. It can't be real. I mean, we cannot accept this to be, something other than either image artifacts or just very strange terrain. We can't trust our eyes, right? We can't afford to allow ourselves to believe what we're seeing or what we think we see. So we have to say that it's, that's strange terrain or image artifacts. Because we just can't handle it, I guess. Some people have ideas of what they think it is. It might go along with what I'm saying, but for now I'm just going to say this is all terrain and crazy image artifacts, all the little square things and cube shaped. I admit cube shape especially is an image artifact shape. And my question is, what happens if you look at a patch of ground that's covered with structures that are cube shaped and then you blow it up? So does that become an image artifact because it's cube shaped, or was it there before? I don't know. I'm a little frustrated. I don't mind telling you. I'm getting a lot of pushback. And I think no doubt that some of the things I've been looking at are image artifacts, but I'm going to quit saying what I think they are. Now, in this middle area is that line that showed you what we were just looking at. In the circled area, I'm showing you what we're going to go look at. This is a separate area. Plenty of areas here. Now, look at this, please. What is that? I mean, this is almost a clinic on how to show something that is not an image artifact. You have so many angles of these rows of things, and there's just, I just don't believe that these can be image artifacts. Maybe there's some in there somewhere. I don't know. I guess that's right. I have to believe that it's the terrain, right? This is terrain because this can't be real. I mean, I don't care if you are alien. Who builds like that? Right? Well, actually, I've seen stuff like this in other places from people and other that doing the same work. But it's hard to get your mind around. So it's so much easier to just say, well, it's a very strange terrain, or it's a strange terrain along with image artifacts. I'm sorry if I sound like I have a chip on my shoulder. I know it sounds like it. I guess I need people to, well, I'd like to hear from you, I guess, so what you think this stuff is. Look at these white lines. What are these white lines? Now here's some work by JPS, Joseph Skipper. You see these white lines. What are those white lines? These are satellite images. What do you think those white lines are? And look at this. What do you think those white lines are? Look at them all. And those odd shapes in the middle. You think this is natural terrain? These white lines we find everywhere. Here's another picture. And not just on Mars, and other places too. Eventually I'll get there to show you. But these rows, or these lines, are everywhere. Now this is the face on Mars. This is the latest NASA version that puts this face down, right? This is the version that they put up to put it down. But down below the chin of that face are these rows of white things. What do you think those are? What are those white lines? More image artifacts? Just happen to be white? And you know, this whiteness is brightness. It's so reflective that it's hard to get a individual picture of what these lines are. But if you look closely at the lines, at these white lines, you will be able to see individual things, image artifacts, if you like, that make up these lines. It's not what I think it is. You guys know what I think it is. Look at back in the darkness there, and all that, all those square shapes, and that about the 2 o'clock position down from there. That reminds me of what I just saw on the moon in one of my recent videos. Those must have been image artifacts as well. You know, they build stuff that looks like image artifacts. I'm sorry, that's what they do. And it's unfortunate. It makes my job that much harder to try and prove the difference. And it is so far beyond anything that we could dream up when you look at this stuff. It is, I know. And in some ways it just doesn't even make sense. But this is all over the place on Mars. And if you go in close on all these places on Mars, you'll see things much, much differently. How can you get this kind of texture from natural terrain? I guess we have to rule out terrain, right? So now we're just down to image artifacts. Well, I don't think they're image artifacts. That's right, I wasn't going to tell you what I thought they were. I told you I wouldn't be able to resist it. This is an amazing picture, and you're just going to have to decide for yourself and let everyone know what you think it is. I don't care if you put one word down in the comment area, or 2 words, or whatever. What do you think this stuff is? It's an amazing, strange place. It is far removed from anything that I think that I, or probably you, or anyone you know, could actually dream up. This is another one of those things that's beyond your imagination. I don't know how you could dream this stuff up. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. And I hope I didn't sound like I have too much of a chip on my shoulder. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.